was surrounded by counsel that were telling me, you can get things on hire purchase.
That's not me. That's my voice.
And I took a fridge on account, a fridge that cost me $4,000. But when the term was over, I paid $9,000.
So guys,
Welcome back. We're here at Bernalie's channel.
welcome back everybody. So today we're gonna have a, I am a very and I love people's finances. I don't know why I make people's finances my business. Who told me it's my business? But anyway, that's because they also come to me. Why? So as you know, everybody must make those poor financial decisions.
Joma, are you gonna say it like that?
Yes. I have made my fair share of poor financial decisions. I'm not perfect and I don't even act like I'm perfect financially. And I am not a financial advisor. Just a little disclaimer. So this video is just for information purposes.
Yes.
So my friend, just like everybody and myself, has made poor financial decisions. Juma, please tell us, take us home. Tell us, what have you done financially? Lead us to you being here today.
Okay, so just a little bit of a backstory. So my mom has always raised us to be independent.
Yeah.
Because she always had a mindset that if anything were to happen to her, we should be able to take care of ourselves or live with other people. So we've always been independent from a young age. So when I got my first job, it was a temp, and then months later I became permanently employed. So my mom was monitoring the period of when I was a temp for 3 months, and then after I got permanent employment, and she was noticing that I was just squandering my money. I would always, before payday that week, Mommy, please help me with taxi money. So my mom was like, you know what? Okay, while I'm still alive, go and live on your own so that I'm able, if you are financially, so you can learn how to take care of yourself financially. And when you are stuck, I'm still alive to help you. So that was my mom's thought process through that. So then when we decided that, okay, fine, I'm going to stay for a few months before I move out so that I can buy my things. That was the plan. Did I buy my things? Nope. I didn't buy anything. The months, I was like, okay, next month I'll buy microwaves. Next month I'll buy one. I never did that. I don't know what, to be honest with you, I don't even know what I did with my money, guys. I don't know. I contributed at home, paid school, but I don't even know what I don't have a physical thing that I can say this is what I was doing with my first years of salary. So eventually I moved out. She came to get me with her beautiful red car. And my mom was so emotional. She was like, my child is coming. When I left the home with my bag of clothes, I left my bed for my younger brothers. And then I went to first go live with a friend. Remember I stayed with my other friend. We stayed together, and which was not good because we stayed in the same room, which was not healthy for our friendship. Thank God we're still friends today. Eventually, we were going to look for a place where it accommodated us to each have our own room. But then with me moving with her meant that I was using her bed, her fridge, and her things. So when it came to a point that, okay, we're going to look for a place where each can have their own room but still stay together. We didn't find that up until we decided, you know what, you can actually take the full rent of the place where we're staying. I'll just go look for another place. So I stayed behind. Mind you, I don't have a bed because I gave my bed to my younger brother. I don't have a fridge, microwave, utensils, nothing. Hey, next. So then I decided, you know what, it's fine. I called my mom. I took a mat from home, a very thin mat, but I didn't mind. It was enough for me. That's what I was sleeping on. And then my thought process was, you know what? It will be more expensive if I buy takeaway, because I don't have a fridge and I have to save up for a fridge or something. So I don't know, I wasn't surrounded by wise counsel, and I didn't even go to my mom. I didn't even talk to you.
You're not surrounded by wise counsel. You didn't consult wise counsel.
I was surrounded. I didn't consult.
Okay.
I was surrounded by counsel that were telling me, you can get things on hire purchase.
That's not me. That's my voice.
And across my place of employment, across it, there was a furniture shop. So lunchtime you go there with your colleagues, and those people can sell you anything. Then you get paid like this. You don't have anything on account. You can afford this. You can afford even a lot of these many things. But because I was also at the same time afraid of debt, I just took a fridge on account, which was the worst mistake ever done in my life. I regret it till date. You know, the Bible says you don't remember the former things, but those former things are still stuck with me. You know? So I took a fridge on account, a fridge that cost me $4,000. But when the term was over, I paid $9,000. That,
Smart, hey?
Jama,
Okay.
that hurt my feelings till date. I paid double what the fridge cost, plus an extra $1,000, just because I wasn't smart. You know, obviously with my bed, I was patient. I paid my bed cash and everything else, my microwave and so, because I realized, okay, I can survive without these things. I can sleep on the bed. But the fridge, I was just thinking it will be more expensive if you take away, so buy the fridge on account, not knowing that I could have gotten an overdraft, which I would have paid off in a shorter period. If I were to take the route of debt, I could have taken a personal loan because the interest rate of personal loan compared to higher purchase is lesser. Or even because it's $4,000, I could have just waited 2 months, left my meat at your house or at my mother's house, and 2 months I would have gotten my fridge. But I was so impatient, and with that I was paying this higher purchase for a number of years. And you know, as the years went by, I don't even know what I took. I remember it was maybe pots, and I don't know what, and I think I took a rug from a guy. What was his name? Abdul. You know, these Pakistani people, those businessmen, they can sell you anything. Things that I could have really bought and paid cash because I had the means, but I was just not budgeting and I wasn't using my money wisely. I just continually I never had enough. I would always need to call my mom, "Mommy, please bail me out," or even ask you, "Choma, borrow me money until when?" And you know, it was a cycle of debt that one day I just told God, "Okay, God, please help me. Help me just get out of this financial cycle of debt. I'm really tired." And because I'm so used to it, you know, I've been in a boarding school for so long, I'm so used to sorting things on my own. It was not my first thought to go to my friend or to go to my mom or my dad. My first thought was, you made the mess, you clean it up. And then I went to God, I'm like, I'm in a cycle. I am getting paid, but it's not enough. And it's not as if, like my mom would say, it's not as if you are spoiling yourself with buying clothes. Where is your money going to? And I do not believe, God is my witness, I don't believe I was a faithful tither as well. I wasn't tithing. So, I wasn't tithing as regularly, yes. I was tithing on convenience. Thank you, Jesus, for forgiveness. Anyway, so I honestly was in a cycle. I prayed and I asked God to help me. And then a minute later, I don't even know how many days it took, you came in the picture.
And Madam came in the picture. So what happened was I got a dream that my friend here was struggling with her finances.
That's why, Nick.
And the thing is, when I dream, I always say I'm a dreamer. If I dream, or when I dream about you, chances are more than 90% that it's actually true. So I was first very skeptical about informing her, because I know my friend can be defensive sometimes. So you can be like, no, or you know. So I was like, how do I pick this up? You know, I was like, I'm just gonna give it to her. I have nothing to lose. So I told her. And thank God, because God gave me the dream. He went before me and He kind of softened her heart. So guys, just a tip, if you do have dreams and if God told you to do something, pray and make sure it's from God, so that God can go before you actually interact with whoever, or go to or approach that person.
And a receptive heart.
Yeah, so that they can. So she was very, very receptive, and she actually came clean, and she actually opened up to me about her financial situation. And yeah,
we worked through that. We sat down. She wrote down all of my debts. It was so. That's why, you know, in the other video we said that we are open with each other. It feels like we've been bare before each other, because she went through my finances. She sees how much I get paid, and she's like, "But Chuma, you have a lot of money."
Yeah, because like what I told her was, okay, listen, let's start from scratch. Let's see what is your income. Let's see your income. Let's see your expenses. Write them down. Let's see how much money you have left. And I just couldn't understand. There's over like $4,000-5,000 left, and I'm like, where is the money going?
That's why when the Bible says, give your tithe, for the Lord will protect you from devourers. All of those things were devoured, because I don't even know where my money went to. I cannot attest. I won't lie to you guys. I don't know what I was spending the excess. I don't know.
Like, it was unaccounted for. And we had to kind of sit down and we had to look at all the debt that she had, the Abduls and the Vuduls, and we had to sit down and we had to just write them down, and with the excess money, we had to say, okay, you're gonna cut out on this and this. I even realized that she was even doing, you were not giving to God, but you were giving to other needs that you found important. And I was like, you know what?
Bless the widow.
We will not take away this need. We'll just reduce how much you're giving in this area. And we reduce in that area. We're like, okay, you're gonna stick to your tithe. You're gonna do your tithing, and then we're gonna tackle this
I remember
situation.
I remember she even said, maybe you should go find a cheaper place. I said, nope. Cheaper places means you're sharing your bathroom. I was not willing to compromise on that. And I will never forget your expression. You said, Shoma, you don't tithe. Where is tithe here?
That is important,
I was
guys.
like, no, the Lord understands right now. I'm in a season of death.
Then who got you in?
No. So I am so grateful that, God's mercies are new every morning, every payday. God's mercies are new.
But when he did that, Because if you don't give him, then he'll take everything.
So true.
And it doesn't go necessarily to him, but you also won't get the benefit of it. So both of you are losing out. So
And it's so true because for that season of my life, I was stagnant financially. It's not as I couldn't even do self-development things for myself privately because it's like at the end of the month you don't have. Where do you cut off? Where do you do what? And I'm so grateful to God that God really softened my heart, and at the same time I feel like He prepared me for correction. That I cried out to Him and said, okay God, I'm in a cycle, help me. And that you were not Jonah running the other side, but you came this side. And I'm really grateful for that. And really, even if it's the last, I remember asking myself after the session, because I remember we even went to another lady. Remember the lady we went to? That we went to for financial counseling. She's a lady at a church.
okay,
Yes.
okay,
We even went through all of that, and I remember just God really helping me now that after clearly He brought His servant to me, and I had to come down and start budgeting with the Lord. And it's not as if that I'm a materialistic person, that I'm buying all this materialistic. I'm not that type of person. So I was really like, God helped me see a clear vision of my finances in terms of taking care of what you are given. Because I would ask God, oh God, I wish I could get paid more, but get paid more, but you're not able to account for this 5,000 or 4,000.
God won't increase you if you're misusing your finances.
And I really learned to trust God with that little, that you know what, you're faithful in this little, that even when more comes, you continually being faithful in that little that you're getting.
Yeah.
So I'm really grateful that you adhere to God, and that you know what, although it was I was so saddened when I finished paying for that account, and just seeing at the end how much I was paying, 9,000. You know what I could have done with that 5,000? I would have bought so many other things in my place where I stay with that extra 5,000, but I gave it away because I wasn't wise. I did not go look for wise counsel. I didn't ask for advice because I'm thinking to myself, okay, I can do this. I remember even for me to get a microwave and a stove, my sister and my mom had to be like, you like doing things on your own. Let's also help you. They really, I had to learn, do not always depend on my own level of knowing, but to really, God has blessed me with people around me who are there for me, and to go out and ask, even if it's a simple question, and ask, hey, what do you think of hire purchase? What do you think of this? And I would obviously advise, by all means, to buy things cash. Yet at the same time, people have different needs, and people can afford things differently. Other people would probably want to buy things through overdrafts or personal loan or whatever. Right now I would advise that you buy cash, because it frees you. The rest of the year you have access to your money, and you're not paying back to whoever. But I learned that even now in my marital home, when we're buying our things, I'm like, hey, I made a mistake in my single years. We're not making that mistake now in our marriage years.
Yeah.
We're gonna stay without a coffee table until we can afford a coffee table. We're not gonna be doing things out of haste because we want to live freely. We don't want to have the stress of having to pay debt. So definitely, it has really humbled me and made me realize, because the problem that I had was just not seeking the wise counsel that was around me. And I paid a high price, which was $5,000.
You paid a higher purchase. That higher purchase came in quite high.
It was high. It was a $4,000 fridge. That was, and even a month later, the fridge was even on knocked down a lesser price for $3,500. And like when you look at all those things, you're like, oh, if only I was wiser,
patient and wiser. So basically, guys, this is for people who are just starting out.
Yeah.
Some people who are trying to figure out, should I take things on higher purchase? And if you are out there and you're not tithing as well, guys, I was watching that video with Pumi, and then she was saying the lady that she was interviewing was saying, paying your tithe is like insurance. It's insurance
for the 90%.
for the 90%.
Yeah.
And if you are going to withhold
The insurance,
you're not covered.
If we have to bring it in simple terms, it's like, for instance, you're driving a car that does not have insurance, because when you have your car and you put on insurance, you know that it's covered if should anything happen to it. But if it's not insured, you are at risk, because you don't know when you're going to have an accident and when you need to be covered. It's the same way with the 90%. Giving tithe to God, it's that insurance that, you know what, this 90 that I have, it will be enough. It will be sufficient to cover my needs for the month, or my needs for whatever time it is. God is, because at the end of the day, guys, and what I've learned with working and also being married to a businessman, that at the end of the day, God is the sustainer and He is the provider. It's not your job that is the provider, because at the end of the day, it's God. The same way how Christ, expanded those loaves of bread and the fish, it's the same way how it's your income, God expands it. He makes sure it's sufficient, it's enough, it's covered, it's just what you need. And that's when you trust Him with the 10%.
Yeah.
That way, it's important, guys. I have lived to tell a story that please tithe. Please tithe, guys. Please, by all means, honor God enough to give the 10%. If you do have deductions, trust God for those deductions. But don't honor deductions and dishonor God.
Yeah.
Honor God in the tithe. God will take care of the deductions. And should you have been in a time frame where you are not wiser with your money, you have to pay the consequences of your decisions, but God definitely will help you come out of that situation. But please honor God. Don't honor men. Don't honor, oh, this must go off, that must, insurance must go off, so I'm taking from tithe. Honor God.
Don't skip the tithe.
Don't skip the tithe of all of it. You can skip rent. I'm just joking. Your landlord will come for me. But please honor God and be wise with your money.
Yeah.
And even within your money, godliness with contentment is great gain.
Yeah.
Things that make you go out of your means is material things, looking at who has what. Please.
And not being patient.
Not being patient. You plant your seed today and you're expecting the tree to come out tomorrow so you can start eating your fruit. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
God is a God of season. You see nature. You see when a calf is born and how it grows before it can produce milk. It's the same way with whatever God is working in you in terms of your financial growth or whatsoever. Plant good seeds so you can bear good fruits.
Yeah. So guys, please tithe.
Yes.
Be patient.
Yes.
And
live in your means.
Live within your means. That's what we can take from this video.
When you're moving out, don't put pressure on yourself that you need to have all these lavish things in your home. It's your home. You decide when things will happen in your home. It's your home. No one can come out from outside and decide, why don't you have an L-shaped couch? It's on your time that you're going to get that couch, on your own financial term. So definitely live within your means. I even remember that time a certain acquaintance even said, oh, are you still living in this area? I was living in Manaida, and I loved my flat guy, so a cute flat.
But it was nice.
Are you still living in this area, some of us have moved from this area. We're in this area now, the townish area. And for me, I wasn't moved because I'm not moved by material things. I know who I am. I'm not moved by those things. I will stay in my banaheda and take my taxes because I know what God is doing in my life and how I'm moving from one point to one point. I'm not moved by people need to see that I'm now living in town. I don't succumb to that pressure. And that's something that my mom has instilled in me from a young age, and also what God has continually to grow in me as a child of God. Don't be moved by people and say, oh, you're now living in this area. Oh, now you're taking taxi. Oh, now you're still having... It's your own race, your own pace. And you work on your giftings. You work on the dream that God has given you, whether you're called to be a billionaire or whatsoever. Take your time. A lot of these billionaires, all of their stories, they started from the bottom. A lot of these billionaires, they were bankrupt. Robert Kiyosaki people were bankrupt, living in their car. All of those things. So my thing is your pace and honor that season that you're in. Enjoy the new beginnings, those small beginnings. Oh, you're living in a one bedroom, and you enjoy that season of your life because you know the God you serve and you see the vision He's placed on your life. You're not going to live in that one bedroom, but you're going to honor the one bedroom because that one bedroom has lessons that when a season is rushed cannot give you. So yeah.
They say also don't skip a stage. Do not despise small beginnings.
Yes.
Yeah.
You honor those small beginnings, and those small beginnings teach you the character.
Yeah. That you need to have, and it will also teach you patience.
And it's character that keeps you up there.
Yeah.
Not anything else. A lot of people who I remember I like watching this other show, I Blew It. A lot of people get millions from accidents or whatever because of not having character and being fast millionaires. They squander that money in 3 months, 1 month, and not doing anything beneficial for themselves. Character comes in small beginnings, in those humble beginnings. Selling your tomatoes, selling your what. Don't care what people say. Live your best life, my dear.
Yes, guys. So I think we're done.
I think we're done because if we're not done, I'm gonna talk.
My
The
friend's
Lord
gonna
has given me a
talk. Like I
gift.
tell you guys, I have to always monitor her. So guys, thank you guys for watching this video, and please do like, share, and
Yes.
subscribe. And if you guys like such content, please.
And also, please tell us in the comment section. Please, what financial mistake have you made? And please, don't be like me and beat yourself up for years. Learn from it, forgive yourself,
forgive
and
yourself.
move on. Yes.
Yes, guys. So see you guys in the next video. Bye.